I think of her winning the Money in the Bank contract. I think of her cashing in on Ronda Rousey. I think of her feud with Becky Lynch in early 2022. I think of obviously this year. I think of last year where they would not book her on a regular basis. They would just have her do jobs. And then she was injured and she was out the second half of the year. She missed like 6 months, right? Her return at the Royal Rumble and the Becky Lynch feud and the Rhea Ripley feud, and etc. I've talked about that at nauseum. But I don't talk about her Riot Squad days that often. And I certainly don't talk about her NXT days. NXT days is just like a blur to me. I can see her face. I can remember bits and pieces, but like she wasn't a champion. She wasn't even really booked prominently. I think she just was a name on the roster and they needed to fill a hole in that Riot Squad. So, like, okay. Like, I still have no idea why WWE has Sarah Logan around. I'm sure she's a very nice woman, but like, from an optic standpoint, I don't see it. I don't get it. But hey, but I'm grateful to her, right? Like, I'm sure she's grateful for the gig, the weekly check. I don't get it, but she's there. Ruby Riot, obviously, she was a good utility player in NXT. She was a really good utility player on the main roster, and she's done decently in AEW. I think she fits better in WWE, but she's just a name on the roster. She's never going to be like a top tier star. But I could be wrong because a lot of people thought that Liv Morgan wasn't going to be a top tier star. She turned everything around. There was a lot of fate in that. There was a lot of opportunity for her, but she had to go and eat through a lot of crap. I think if you look at how far she has come, where she has gone, what she has achieved, what she's been able to do for Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic Mysterio, I think the pairing between her and Dominic has been very, very well done. I think it has given credence and it's given credibility to Liv's heel turn, right? Because for the longest time throughout her WWE career, for the most part, really, she was a baby face, right? She's a likable person. And so WWE utilized that. And I thought they've done a very good job with that. But at the same time, you also do need to give a different side to her, especially if you're going to revamp her character, in which they've clearly done. So if you look at it like that, then it's like, oh, okay, I like what they've done. They've done a good job with it. And now we're moving forward with Liv Morgan as a heel. And it's long past her babyface run, right? I think people will look back on 2024 as her breakout year, as the year that she really set the tone, that she put her mark on this company, and that she's stood out among the rest. And she has been able to be a driving force for the women's division on Monday Night Raw, a driving force for this company. And as long as she can sustain that momentum, and obviously she's going to take a downturn once she loses the women's world title, but that's inevitable. It'll be up to her, and it'll be up to WWE Creative to make sure that she is continuously booked in a strong manner. Now, I have all the faith in the world that WWE and Triple H are going to do a fine job with her. It's just going to be very interesting to see how they go about things.